Hello. We're going to try this again because I can't even get to do my introduction. But anyways, hello, my rambunctious rats. This is Dylan.
Forget her.
Welcoming him to episode 3. And the feralness is already starting. So go ahead and start us off, Dylan.
I'm Dylan. I am her favorite gay friend. I'm gay as hell. And that's how we became friends, kinda. That's what attracted her to me, because I was the only gay that she knew in Birmingham. And she was like, this is the one for me. And I was
Actually,
like, no, I'm available.
No, you're not the only gay I know. Well, I guess, yeah.
She knew a lesbian.
Yeah.
But that didn't count. Lesbians never count. So
you might be offending some people. Cancel culture, you know.
Lesbians are not lesbians.
But that's okay, because Dylan's my DEI hire.
Yes.
We support diversity. Even though he is a white male, he's gay.
Hey, I got 1/3 of it.
Check. Yeah. Okay. Feral Thoughts supports.
And I really did her dirty, because did I do the job right? No. Did I show up and have a great time? No. But I was there. So, you know, it all worked out for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Until the firing.
I guess that would lead us into like how we became besties. Dylan and I used to work together.
Mm-hmm. She was my boss, and it was very frowned upon for us to socialize. But we were in a room one day.
No, I was doing like a training for a client that morning or something, and you didn't come into it, and I was like, I know he's here. Like, what is he doing? Mm-hmm. And then, like, after it was over, you came in and you were like...
So here's a backstory to that. So I was in another room cleaning, trying to set up for all the kids. And I just started crying, and it couldn't stop. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, no one's here. No one's going to notice it. Forgot that a whole training thing that I was supposed to be a part of was in the other room. So I tried to clean myself up. And I was like, everything's fine. Walked into the room. And in my mind, thinking no one knows. Everything's chill. And then Fallon just looked at me, who I had not had many conversations with at that point, and she was just like, everybody needs to clear the room. And I was just like, okay.
He's thinking he is like involved in that statement, and I'm like, not you. You will stay, and we will be investigating this behavior.
And then I proceeded into a full-blown panic attack. Don't know why. Mm-hmm. And it just, you know, all you anxiety girlies, y'all know, or don't, I don't know. But it just happened. And then she had to drive me home in my car because I was like, no, I can stay at work. And she was like, but you won't. You sure won't.
No, I literally went around to everybody and I was like, Dylan is leaving today per my approval. If you have an issue with it, speak to me.
Yeah. And that was when I was like, I was about to say that's when I realized you were my bitch. That wasn't it.
Okay. When was it?
It was when a kid was flopping on the floor and I was trying to pick him up, like trying to help him out of the floor. This cunt walks by and she's just like, no. And just at me. And I was just like, literally had the kid in my arms. And she was like, no. And so I was like, what? And she was like, you can let him lay there until he gets up. And I was just like, I think I'm straight now. It's a cure. It's a miracle. My mom will be proud of me finally.
Which is really niche because I don't think the listeners understand ABA, and that's okay. We can get into that at a later date. But yeah,
not today.
So I drove Dylan home in his little mobile. The little blue car. And Matthew had to come.
Her name is Veronica. She's a verse. You gay people, you know.
It's electric blue.
It's guys. A Nissan Versa.
It's electric blue.
Veronica, the Nissan Versa.
So that was the story of us.
Yeah. And I think like we started hanging out after that. And that's when that's when around the time that you got into a crash because you don't know how to drive well. And story still maintains continuity because you still haven't learned much. about driving, and that's not your fault. It's not your fault you were born a woman. But so around that time, that's when we discovered we live like we live what, like 2 miles away or something,
like 5 minutes at max.
Yeah. And so she got into a wreck, and then she was like, hey, I need you to drive me to work. And I was like, on it. And that's when we started becoming like real friends, because we were having conversations in the car every morning. And that's also around the time that you asked me to take you to an Apple store.
Oh yeah, because like my battery and my computer was like fucked up or something. So I needed you to take me to like the Apple store. What was that, in like Summit or something like that?
Yeah. Somewhere fancy for Birmingham.
Yeah. Right. And he had the audacity to try exposure therapy on me.
I thought it would be fun. I didn't know if it would be scientific or if it would work. I just wanted to see what would happen, because I am a scientist. So we were driving and we were talking about her being in the car wreck and how she was like nervous. And I was like, well, bitch, I got a cure. So I didn't say anything. We were just driving, and I just slammed on my brakes and was just like, ah! And then she almost jumped out of the car, which is counterintuitive.
I mean, I was literally hyperventilating. Like, it took me a really long time to calm down. Like, I think it took me a while to even like calm down enough to go into the store to pick up my computer.
Normalize scaring your best friends.
Yeah.
I think it worked. She hasn't.
No, I've definitely been in a wreck since.
Never mind. And clearly, I don't care enough, because I don't know if she's been in a wreck.
Nothing is major. Like, I haven't totaled a car since then, so that's great. But
winning, clearly.
Knock on the brick for that one.
Knock on wood. So,
okay,
gotta be safe. Believe in superstitions.
But the karma for the exposure therapy is the fact that you now got a fender bender. And no. I need to get this out before you even try to negate anything. You not only got into a fender bender, but it was at Panda Express.
Listen,
Panda Express! Like, why are you going to Panda Express?
I woke up Saturday morning and I was in a great mood. I felt good. The vibes were right. God was right. And I was like, I need cheap Chinese food, because I'm balling on a budget, and I wanted Chinese food, but I didn't want to go super expensive. So I was like, Panda Express, I'll get their orange chicken, double orange chicken. And because I'm balling on a budget, but not that budget. Like, I can do two. And I'm also fat.
But like, if you went to a regular Chinese place, it would be cheaper. Like, I don't think that's what you realize. Like,
but I didn't want to
go into like Chinatown or something. Like,
you've never just like gone out to get food and you're like, I don't want to get out of my car, because you have to like walk, and that's for poor people. I don't do that.
But you just said you were on a budget. So what? Hold on. Like, so which is which?
I'm poor. Pure.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think just Panda Express and me have beef, because like, I like the beef broccoli. Actually, no, let me correct that. Broccoli beef. It sounds like
you're becoming a Panda Express stand.
No. Broccoli beef, because one time I got the broccoli beef and there were like 2 pieces of beef in there.
Well, so they said, you fat bitch, you don't need this, you need the broccoli.
I brought it back and I was like, what is this? And they're like, it's broccoli beef. And I'm like, what? They're like, it's broccoli with beef. Like, you don't. And I'm like, that's actually fucking insane. So I will never be coming here again. And then they fucked my dumplings up one time. So like, I'm just not a fan, because I don't want fucking white rice with broccoli. Like, I want the beef there too. 2 measly pieces. You go to the authentic Chinatown, they would never do that to you.
Right. But do you know what you have to do with the authentic Chinatown? You have to walk in. And I'm not about that.
They give you a box.
A drive-through? I love it. Oh, love a drive-through.
I don't think they would ever do something like that, but I guess.
Right. Yeah. I love it. So I went to the Panda Express and got my Chinese food, sat in the parking lot. I didn't even wait till I got home. Sat in the parking lot, ate it, talked to my mom for a little bit, and then was on my way back. Shout out Janet. And was on my way back home feeling great. I was like, this is a perfect Saturday. I'm going home, And then next thing I know, I'm at a red light, stopped because I'm following the law. I'm a law-abiding citizen, damn it. And next thing I know, my head is this close to the steering wheel. Didn't hit it. And thank God. Can't fuck this up.
Oh my
and
God.
I get out of my car and like not really realizing what happened. And this old lady, this geriatric woman gets out of her, not to say that old people shouldn't drive, but this woman shouldn't be. And also, I just realized that I have not been staring at the camera this whole time. I've only been staring at me. So,
I mean, that's fine. You don't have to look at the camera. You can look at me too.
That's fair. Well, I feel like when I'm telling stories, I need to do that. But, anyway, so anyway, get out of my car, and this old woman, she pops out of the driver's side, and she's like, "Did I hit you, ma'am?" Yeah, you did. You hit me hard, and not in the fun way. I have never been rear-ended like that, and I have had many rear-end encounters. That one was wild. And so we pulled into the church, and like next door, we're in I almost just said Panama City.
Jump scare.
And pulled into the church because there's a lot of those around here, and got this old lady's information or whatever. But the whole time she was trying to like pull the old woman card, like, "Oh, I'm so nervous. Like, I've never been through this before." I was like, "Anyway, your name and number." And I was like, "I don't give a crap."
The policy number, bitch.
Yeah. like the card. Do you have the card? I'll take a picture of the card. And she was like, "Oh, I'm just so nervous." And I was like, "Well, can you nervously?"
Okay, Francine, like, get the fuck out of my way. Give me my information and let's move along.
Yeah. So anyway. So then after that, I was traumatized, and then not really. It really wasn't that bad of a wreck. It just rubbed some paint off the back of my car, but I did make her think that I was gonna get something done about it, just because I was like, "Well, you're nervous, might as well have fun with it." And but then I went home and crocheted the rest of the day, and it was peak day.
Yeah, not the crocheting, which I'm going to take advantage of the crocheting right now because he's making me a swimsuit cover up.
Mm-hmm. And it's turning out cute.
It's giving. It really is. Like,
I ate that shit up. I didn't even mean to, because I mean, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't trying super hard because I was like, if it turns out it does.
I know, because like when I first asked you to do it, you're like, you don't understand. They're so hard. And I'm like, you can do it.
Because all I've made so far are like I made one blanket and a bunch of scarves and some mandalas,
and a beanie.
Yes, and I made a beanie for me too. That it looks rough. It's real gay.
The fact that you tried to pass it off to me, though.
Well,
you're literally sitting here going like, it's rough, but then the other weekend you were like, I have a beanie, like if you want it.
I figured she'd forgotten.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, so I love crocheting. It has become a problem. I've spent so much money on it.
But like,
and that's why I had to go in Panda Express.
Has it completely replaced your gaming?
It has. I don't game anymore at all.
So what's the point in that expensive ass computer you've got?
What am I going to do with it?
Sell it?
Ew, no. Because I might get back into
I was going to say, like, are you going to get back into
when my favorite games come out, you won't see me for a good 3 weeks. Like when the games that I want come out. But right now it's just boring games. So I'm like, I'm going to crochet.
I don't understand how that works though with games. Like there's like releases and stuff.
So let me break it down. You might have to edit this out.
Mansplain it.
And I fucking will. So there's certain game series that I love, like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. Love those. There won't be a release for those for a while. Don't worry about it, sweetie. Just keep your dumb little self over there. And but basically there's horror games that I love. Love a horror game. I'm a horror game girly. And never finish a horror game because I get too scared, but I always tell myself this is going to be the year that I do a horror game. And yeah, I get very scared. I'm very so petite. I can't handle scare.
Petite? You walked right into that one.
No. Oh, I'm so tiny, so demure. But I think it's too late to say demure anymore. Are we over that?
I think demure is kind of over.
That's kind of like what I usually do, though. I usually wait until things are over and then start.
I'm back on my, like, I digress. Like that's I feel so like, oh my God, today I was like telling someone too, like I was like, cause you know, like my ring, like I noticed like one of the stones fell out and then I like went to the jewelers and I was talking to like my cousin and I was like, yeah, I was just perseverating on like the stone being, and she was like, perseverating. And I was like, yeah, like overthinking, like, and she was like, shut the fuck up with the big words. Like,
I had the exact same conversation with Megan when I was on the phone with her to come here, and I was just like, I've been perseverating on something, and she was just like, you've said that 3 times since I've called you in 10 minutes. Why?
Like,
and I was like, well, you know what it means. Like, and she was like, that's not the point. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like literally just say overthinking, like that you couldn't stop obsessing. I'm like, okay, just say you're dumb.
Yeah. And they are, which is part of the problem. It's not our fault that we're super smart and we know what we're talking about.
Okay, anyways, I feel like
what were we talking about?
This is literally us. So Dylan and I, like when I was freshly postpartum, I was like, we're gonna go on walks. Like we're gonna walk with my son and we're gonna like do it. And you know, I think we lasted like a week with consistent walks, which is fine.
I don't think we lasted a week. I think we lasted a walk. No, we did 2.
Yeah, we did 2.
Because one was in the woods. I was super into that.
I think we did 3 because we did one where it was me, baby, you, and the dogs.
Yeah, loved that.
And you were like, oh yeah, I got the dogs. And I was like,
and I did. Ish.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, okay.
I mean, they were walking me, but I was enjoying every second of it because her dogs are my dogs.
And then I think we did one without them, and then we did go do one in the woods, and Matthew came with us. But that was like when we were doing the walk, and like you were trying to tell me one story, but we kept like diverting, and like the word that we just kept saying over and over again was like, so anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, and so anyways.
That should be the name of the podcast. So anyways.
So anyways, no, we were talking about your crocheting obsession.
Oh yeah, it's become a problem. It started off as just like a fun little thing that I did with my friend Megan over Thanksgiving.
Oh, like the wobble thing?
The woobles.
Oh, woobles.
How dare you? The woobles. And highly recommend. They're great. So did one of those, and I was just like, no, hold up. This is kind of fun. And it makes cute little critters. Oh, love that. And so I was like, oh, so cute. And then I was like, well, I could just like go and buy my own yarn and just start doing stuff. And then I did. And now I don't socialize with people anymore because I have way too much fun crocheting. Like I've straight up canceled plans with friends and been like, oh no, I can't because I've got a hook in my hand like that I'm not letting go of. I've had to buy a wrist guard, a wrist brace.
Oh my God,
wrist
stop.
brace. Yeah. Because
that carpal
tunnel, it'll get you. I can't I can't do this anymore.
Oh, wow.
I had to switch to the left hand. Edit that. But, or keep it in. I don't care.
Oh, my gosh. And Dylan did try to get me into crocheting. So, but it's, and I started, I got the chunky yarn, like the hand knit blankets that, you know, you do the loops with and stuff. I have successfully gone through 1 ball. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how many weeks ago did we?
5 more to go. Is it 5?
No, I bought 3 balls.
Okay.
So
you're getting there.
No, I mean like I just like haven't worked on it at all.
Right.
Like I don't work on it.
See, you got to get into the rhythm of it because like I say that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to like start working on something. And then next thing I know, it's 3 hours later and I don't know where I am anymore. I don't know how this thing has been created. You just got to get into that habit.
Yeah, but I feel like with the big blanket, like and especially being like the chunky blanket is like you don't want to move it a lot like while you're doing it. So I have to like keep it on a super flat surface. So like I've been putting it in the guest room, but there's like no TV in there. So I'm like, what the fuck am I just gonna stand here and like make loop-de-loops like like in silence?
You can turn on a podcast. You can listen to music. You can sing to yourself.
But
there's so many options.
With the limited free time I have, is that what I want to do?
Well, you do have a child. I'm sorry.
Right, but like I would rather read than crochet or like watch a show. Do something a little bit more mind-numbing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if I was doing your type of crocheting where you can put on a show, I mean like obviously this type of crocheting I could put on a show too. I just need to maybe bring my laptop in there like while I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm making excuses, but
or you could just bring it into the living room. That seems a little easier.
I did that, and then that's when, you know how I showed you like my first attempt before I like ripped it all apart and redid it.
Oh yeah.
Was when I was doing it in the living room, but it wasn't like staying like on a flat surface because I was doing it on my lap. So like I wasn't able to keep it, so I had to like redo it on a flat surface. So
yeah. There is something that I noticed with crocheting, because I usually go through like phases with hobbies where I'm super into something. There was a while that I was super into the acrylic pour painting. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And
don't tell me you used to do those crayon paintings too.
The what?
Where you like hot glued the crayons
I did do one. I did do one because I like the rainbow. I was like, ooh, they were so cute. You like heat them with a hair dryer or something. Yeah. Oh, I definitely did one. But no, I did like the acrylic pours where you like it's like a certain solution. Lasted a month. Spent a lot of money on it, and then I was done. But the crochet thing is fun.
It's been here for a while. You've been sticking to it.
I've been sticking to it, but I've noticed something that it's because like these, like I finish something and like I work hard at it, and I'm like, oh, I have a finished product. This is fun. The other things I would just like finish really quickly and be like, well, that didn't amount to much. So I think that's why I'm sticking with this one. It's more like
well,
rewarding.
I feel like too, you're like
except for it's my turn. And so the only thing that is the bad thing about this is that it's rewarding for me. Nope. Ooh.
Words. Did you have an aneurysm there?
Sure did. I had a little stroke. And sorry for all you stroke girlies. Hope you're okay. Or not. You're probably not. But I've noticed that like I make a lot of mistakes while I'm doing this, and I don't fix them. I leave them. There's a mistake in your
cover up.
Yeah.
I mean, go off, sis.
Yeah. And you're going to notice it eventually. I'm not going to point it out. That's not my problem. I'm not the one wearing it.
But I feel like crocheting is like also something that you're like sticking to, because like when you're finishing something, like you're usually like giving it to somebody. Yeah, so you're getting like the satisfaction of like making somebody else happy with something that you made. You know what I mean?
I do. I think I get that from my mom, because we
like your access, like not your my words too for me. Your love language, like one of them is like giving gifts to people. I feel like
sure,
because you know how you are during Christmas. You're like,
you
stress about making sure everybody gets a gift.
I do, and I love giving gifts, and it's like I used to think of myself like I was so righteous about it. Like I thought that I was the best person because I love giving things to people. Later learned I'm the most selfish person because I don't want to give you a gift and not see you open it. I want to see the look and see if you're pleased or if you're upset. Either is fine.
Right.
But that's not true, because if you're upset, I'm going to throw the gift at you. But I want to see like if you're pleased. So I get some, because I kind of get something from it, which is technically
it's like reinforcement.
Yeah. BCBA.
Well, no, I mean, that's just how the love languages work. So like you have the love languages that like you receive love best in. So like for me, obviously that's like words of affirmation and acts of service, but that may not be how I like show love. So it's like a flip side. So like you show love by giving gifts, but like maybe that's not your actual love language. Like if somebody gives you a gift, it doesn't it might not actually.
No, hold up, because I do love getting gifts too.
So that is equally like there for you.
I'm constantly on the market for a sugar daddy. You know one. I don't care what age. If he's closer to dying, that's the one. But
I've been telling you, Dylan needs a zaddy. I've been telling him like just find someone who's old, who's salt and peppered,
they don't want to do much. They just want to sit at home. I can be confused for their old dead wife. I just sit on the couch, put on a gray wig, start crocheting. They're going to be like, oh, that looks familiar.
Oh, okay. So
what?
That was just interesting. I was talking about like a zaddy who's actually gay.
Oh, I'm talking about
just anyone.
Deep cover.
Just anyone. Okay.
I'm talking about going into CIA and doing some undercover work.
Some operative type. What is it? Confidential work.
Yes.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
So explain to me. So I hate touching people. We've hugged maybe a total of thrice since we've known each other. And all three of them hated every second of it. Love you, hated every second of it.
Remember my baby shower when you like walked in the door and I was like, oh my God, hi.
And we were both like, why the fuck did we do that?
And then like we stepped back and we were like, what just happened?
Yeah, like that. It was
why did we just touch each other?
So nonsensical because we don't do that. Like even in our deepest, darkest moments where we have been crying, like we don't even do that. Like it's that meme with the balloon. Yeah, like oh, okay. I hope you get to feeling better.
Don't let your tears touch me.
Yeah, like, but I hate touching people. Like even my own family, don't hug me. I love y'all from a distance, but if I'm with someone and I feel comfortable with someone, I need touch all the time. If you're not touching me, you're cheating.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think love language is very like you have like friendship love languages, like romantic love languages, like, so I think like it just like varies. I mean, like it literally doesn't matter like in what planet I'm on. Physical touch is like the bottom of my love language for literally any type of relationship. But acts of service is probably like the top one for like every type of relationship. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think words of affirmation is the top.
I mean, like words of it's both for me though, because you know what I mean? Like I want you to like tell me like how great of a job I'm doing and like that you love me, but I also need you to like show me by like your acts of service. You know what I mean? Because words are cheap. So tell the girlies and the gays and maybe even the straight men that are probably not tuned in by now about your back waxing experiences.
I do get my back waxed. I recently discovered it. So
you didn't discover, first of all.
I'm saying like it just recently came into my life because of Fallon. Because she suggested it. I think honestly, I think you were tired of seeing me at the beach.
No. You were saying you wanted to get your back waxed before you went on vacation or something, and I was like, oh, you should go to the waxing place that I go to, and that's based like it was not like, bitch, you have, you know.
Yeah, she would never, but I was self-conscious about it because it's intrusive and. She's rough. So anyway, so I went to this place. Now I think of myself as having a high pain tolerance. I've been punched before. I've been kicked before. I've been bitten before. You've seen it. You did it. And I assumed that when I went to this waxing place, I was ready. Honey.
She wasn't ready.
She wasn't. And the only thing that I can say from that first experience was I managed to not scream at this lady because she became my enemy and it was no fault of hers. Yeah. She was doing her job. But I felt like I was being victimized. I was being marginalized. I think I was being hate crimed. I said what I said.
Okay.
I know it's incorrect, but I felt like all the things.
Yeah.
I felt like she was literally whispering in my ear, like, I will fuck you up, you fucking fuck. And
was she like counting down? Because, you know, like when you get a Brazilian, like my girl will always be like, just one more strip, girl. And like, then we got the butt strip and then we're good, you know? Like, was she doing that for you? No. Like letting you know, like, we just got this many left.
No, she sure wasn't. She was leading me in blind, and which I think stressed me out more because I was like, "How much is there? Like, why is this still going?"
See, that's what's always helpful during like a Brazilian is to know, like, fuck, okay, the end is coming.
If I had to get my hoo-ha done, I would have kicked someone.
Apparently,
did you know that there's men that get their balls?
I was gonna say, because like when you go on the online booking, you can see like they have like Brazilian and then in parentheses it's V, and then they have Brazilian and then in parentheses P. And I'm like, no, for you idiot. V for and P for.
That makes more sense.
So anyways,
clearly, yeah,
what a fucking idiot. But like, and I looked at that and I was like, this is obviously not for the straight men.
Because I mean, listen,
when I pluck Matthew's eyebrows or pop a pimple and the fucking world is ending, you really think he could go get a Brazilian? And
I
we're talking about hot wax on your
Right. I've had weirder things on my nut,
Okay.
first of all. But
I think we need to divert from this conversation.
But no,
this could get messy quick.
No. Straight people are into some weird things now. Okay. They're straight men on Grindr right now. That's not even the weirdest thing.
Okay, but that's not a straight man. That's a closeted man.
That's true. That's fair.
Label them correctly.
Okay. You look at you. Mm-hmm. And I think that straight men do some pretty weird things. I think straight men could get their balls waxed.
I mean, they probably could.
I don't think they should. I think we should, what's the word? Persecute them? I think we should start persecuting more straight white men.
Yeah.
I think we should honestly start persecuting gay white men too. I deserve it. I get it. I hate me too.
Oh my gosh. But you were persecuted by the church already, so it's fine.
Yeah, true. For 18 years. No, that was a rough time.
But now you're
honestly, I think I did pretty good because no one knew that was my problem when I was a kid. They just thought I was an asshole, and which was also fair. You are what you eat. But there was other things going on.
Yeah. But look at you now. You're sending nudes and a guy's responding back saying nice hands.
I sent a picture of my hole. I sent a picture.
Okay.
I sent a picture of my hole to this man. My everything.
Oh, like and it was a frontal, yes, mirror pic.
Yes. Okay. And the back. And let me tell you.
Oh, like a this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this man responds with nice hands. I have never.
So is that like his fetish though? Like hands?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe he's into some freaky
So did you
shit.
ask follow-up questions?
No.
So you just ghosted?
Sure did.
See, I would have asked a follow-up question to be like, specifically, like.
What kind of follow-up question? Like, oh, is it the ring finger that you like? What?
But where were your hands? That's what I was like, when you texted me that's what I was trying to be like, was he like insinuating something about like.
Let me do it off camera. They were here.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like him saying nice hands could have been insinuating something about what you were holding.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just ghosted him. I mean, not that was like a great choice of words. Like probably
you
weird
saw all
anyway.
that, and that was the thing that pointed out at you.
True.
Sir?
Yeah.
Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Rethink your strategy. And
don't do that again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We learn from our mistakes.
Some do. Some do.
Not me.
But what specifically about a dude is going to make you be a bottom for him?
Okay, so if I go out to dinner, usually I prefer not to discuss any of that before I meet someone.
Yeah, I know. It like gives you the creeps if they start talking about like sex before you even go on a date with them because you're so traditional.
Like I know we're like in hookup culture. I struggle with hookups. It's just not for me. It's just not me. Mm-hmm. For everyone else, do what makes you happy.
Hop off, sis.
Yeah, not me. So, but have I done it? Absolutely. It is what it is. But if a guy goes out to dinner with me, I usually don't discuss like who's paying. I just assume that I am not going to go to dinner with you if I cannot afford to pay for both of us.
Right.
So, do I want to pay for both of us? Depends on the date. If you did what you're supposed to and you entertained me, I'm paying for you. I'll buy you dessert. Not in a sexual way. I'll just buy you dessert. I'll hang out with you longer. But if a guy pays for me, face to
okay,
because I got a free dinner. So is that too much?
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Like I'm a good person.
It's the big energy that you're getting in that moment. You're like, all right, period.
And I'm pretty easy. Yeah. So like if you buy me a cheeseburger and that's another thing. If I go out to dinner with you, you will not see a salad on my plate.
Rightfully so.
Like a Caesar salad, don't know her.
Who is she?
For some reason, I was about to call out other salads and realized that my fat ass doesn't know the name of any other salads at this moment. I mean, I know them, but romaine,
That's
lettuce.
So we're just, yeah. Okay.
Caesar and romaine, they go together.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did like get a jump scare from you the other day because you sent me a TikTok for once and I was like, surely this is spam and it just says Dylan, but it's not Dylan because he never sends me TikToks. And then also he never responds to my TikToks. So like I just stopped sending them to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I understand. That's the way I designed it.
But like the TikTok that you sent me too, I was like, I was expecting so much more from this for this to be what made you think like, oh my God, I have to send this to Fallon. I'm like, out of all that you've probably seen, this is what you want to send me?
Yeah, because I like sending shit that doesn't make sense. Because I like knowing that you are living your life throughout the day. And then I send a TikTok, nonsensical, has no context, just sending it to a friend and then being like, they're thinking about me now. Because I'm an attention seeking hoe. And it doesn't have to make sense to you. It makes sense to me.
But then you don't like, but then when I respond back, you don't even respond.
Yeah. Because I'm bored by then.
I know, I'm like, don't send them to me. Like, you're already on my do not send list. Even if I see something and I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta send this to Dylan. I'm like, no, I'm not sending it to him because you're not gonna watch it. So I'm not gonna waste my time.
If you send it through text, I'm more likely to watch it.
But that's not how it works. You should send it through the app.
I don't want to though, because when I get on the app, I just stay on the For You page. I don't even look at the followers.
You don't see your notifications and it doesn't bug you to like hit the little box?
No, I hit the box.
So you do. Okay, right. But you have to physically open the message for it to go away.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. Whatever.
Because I just click on my box, get on the page. I'll show you right now. Hold on. Oh no, not 20%.
I think you're wrong.
Okay, well, you can believe what you want to believe. Okay, so look, I have 18 notifications on TikTok. Okay, watch. I'm gonna click it.
Oh my God, jump scare.
I'm gonna click on the inbox. Okay.
I know, but go back. That's what I'm saying. This is what would bother me.
Yeah,
like, but like,
see. Oh yeah, I guess they do.
That's what I'm saying. Like this part still stays. So seeing that notification number would make me mad.
Okay,
so
but do you see how popular I am? You think I'm going to watch 18 of those videos? I am clearly busy. I am crocheting.
Oh my God.
I can't watch those videos because I can't swipe and crochet at the same time.
Right.
I've got things to do. I'm making things for people. I'm doing the Lord's work out here, making sure people are warm in their scarves.
It's Florida and it's literally 70 degrees outside. So
it wasn't a few weeks ago.
Right. But it's Florida.
Yeah. It is Florida. And sometimes
you forget.
I do forget because
that we're not like in Twilight Land.
No, and I want to be so bad.
And the weather that sounded awful. You know what song? I'm trying to think. Do the Twilight song. Like, do it.
I don't know, but I want you to keep trying.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Where's my phone? I'm gonna pull it up.
Please.
Where's my phone?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. She was hiding.
Were you doing the Justin Bieber? Whoa,
no, whoa. It's like the Twilight song. Oh my gosh, this is gonna make me mad that you don't know what I'm talking about. What's something everyone should know before moving? No one cares. Okay.
If you type in Twilight song and it just pops up. I've never heard that before. Is that like a TikTok sound people use?
Yes, it's like starting to feel very like up in here. Like no one. Like seriously, I can't believe you. Wow.
I mean, the TikToks I watch.
Our algorithm is not the same.
No.
The only time I ever know that you get anything that's like near mine on my algorithm is when I repost like something and it's Hannah Burner, like Men on the Street, which is the most fucking funny thing ever.
Yes. But yeah, no, I think sometimes I see the ones that you repost, don't see that you've reposted it.
And then you like it.
And then I like it. And then I've sent them to you. And I send them to you through TikTok and the text because I'm efficient.
Well, no, because if you send something to somebody through text, it automatically sends it to them through the TikTok message. Yes. You learn something new every day with me.
Not really. Sometimes I unlearn shit.
Okay. What's your feral thought for the week? I would prefer
the less nasty one. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm so over people and their horoscopes and psychics.
So you're calling me out?
That was Luna.
You got a Luna hair in your mouth?
Yeah.
But how? You've been drinking your water. She didn't even come over here.
Well, I was petting her earlier.
Oh. Okay. Gross. Anyways.
That's my baby doll. But yeah, like people that take their horoscopes so literally. I guess this isn't a feral thought. This is just something that
just pisses you off.
I just need to talk about it. But there's science. We have science now. Like, why are we believing in
astrology is science?
Not a good one. Like,
so what is your science? God?
No, but like why do we believe in stars? I can't make sense of it. Maybe that's my problem that I need to figure out.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I like, I'm not like a super astrology girl. Like, obviously, I know I'm a Gemini, and I clearly know why I'm a Gemini. That's okay. You have to be able to admit your faults, and that's okay. I mean, it's not really a fault.
Some of us don't have those.
It's not really a fault that I'm able to adapt to any situation and anybody's personality and be whoever they want me to be. I find that to be a strength.
Mm-hmm. I find it as well.
So, but I don't know the science necessarily behind the astrology and like whatever. But, my psychic medium did say this is like a big year for numbers or something. I don't know what that means.
That sounds like Rain Man. That's just what my mind popped to.
Oh my God.
Rain Man. But no, like, I'm all for if, like, I know I'm a Capricorn. Hey, Capricorns. They're not listening to this, but
they're too busy working.
Capricorns are working. They are at work on the clock right now. They have no time. But I know that I'm a Capricorn, and I think it's interesting looking at astrology stuff. But there are people that live their lives by it.
Oh, right.
Which is
that's not me.
Very interesting to me because, like, I feel like, I mean, I've looked at things that like my Leo friends have said, or things that my Sagittarius friend, I don't have Sagittarius friends, fuck them, but fuck you if you're a Sagittarius. But but like, there's stuff in all of those signs that are adaptable. Like, you can adapt into your, like, say, oh yeah, that's what I am.
I mean, I believe in the general, and like can resonate with the general concept of like astrology signs, and like very clearly, like, Cancers are crybabies for sure. Like, very clearly, like, Libras are usually like, it's iffy. I have iffy relationships with Libras. Men Libras, no, don't work out.
What's wrong with a man Libra? Do I need to look out for them?
Just like 2 of my ex-boyfriends have been Libras, so we stray far away from that. Matthew's a Virgo, so I guess I don't really know what that means for me, but
a virgin.
Clearly really not a virgin, but okay.
Well, I have Virgo friends.
Yeah,
they're cool.
But like, so what I'm saying is, like, I think that each astrology sign definitely has like its like traits in people, but like there are people who like. And there is an app, it's called like CoStar or whatever, where it'll tell you it'll tell you what like your rising. I got it because of you. Yeah, your rising, whatever. I have no fucking idea what any of that means. I'm just like, it's just there. Because like at one point I was like, I'm gonna learn all about this, when I get on like my little niches. So,
which I do need you to get back into your tarot niche, because that was fun.
I mean, like, it's not hard to get back into. I just have to like do more like cleansing with my deck, like more like I have to do more readings with my deck, like with myself, because like I have to start like putting my energy into it. See, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't want to believe people like with the astrology bullshit, but you want to believe me with my tarots and me sitting here telling you like I have to practice with my tarots so it gets more of my energy, and you're like, absolutely valid. But you're over here telling people that they can't live by the stars.
I'm not saying they can't. I just don't understand it. Maybe I did say that they can't. I'm not sure. But I am a hypocrite. We all are.
I mean, yeah.
And that's the moral of today's podcast. Everyone's a hypocrite.
Yes.
Burn the world.
Period. We
do not support burning the world at this podcast.
We're not giving out any advice. This is not advice. What's the like opening thing that they say at the beginning of ridiculousness?
Disclaimer?
Yeah, what is the disclaimer that they say at the beginning of ridiculousness? Like this should not be like reenacted or whatever, like blah blah blah, like people were not paid for this, like submission, I don't know, basically nothing that we say
can be used against us in the court of law.
Period. Well,
that's what's up.
Thank you so much for joining us on episode 3 of Feral Thoughts. Shout out to Dylan for joining us on the pod. Be sure to connect on my socials. We've got TikTok, Insta, and YouTube, all at Feral Thoughts Pod. You're going to get the most up-to-date information on my socials. So also, I would be very honored if you're enjoying the pod, especially if you enjoyed this episode, to go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, leave a review. And until next time, my rats.